Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm being joined by members of the cast of Charlotte's Web that will be taking place here in our community. They'll tell you a little bit about in a moment. I am being joined, first of all, to my immediate left here, Mrs. Becca Dow, and also to my far left over here, I have Zach Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with you guys and to talk a little bit about the play that you all are both in. And I'm going to start out with Becca, first of all, because I think Becca has some kinship to someone that works here at the station. Becca, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm Becca. I'm 12 years old, and I've been doing theater for about 7 years.
Okay, very good. Now, Becca, is there somebody in this studio that you are close to or something like that?
Yes.
Who is that?
My dad.
And what is his name? I'm trying to remember his name.
Keith.
Keith McDowell. Okay, very good. And you were 12, and you've been acting since you were, what age again?
5.
5. Okay. All right. Very good. Very interesting. I'm going to jump over to Jack because I'm going to come back to you in just a moment because you got a big role, I think, in Charlotte's Web here, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Let me go over to Zach. Zach, this is your first time being here on the show, right?
Yep.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
I'm Zachary Kelly. I moved here from Kentucky about 6 months ago. I'm 15 years old.
Okay. All right.
And I've been doing theater for about 6 months.
About 6 months now. Okay, well, very good. And you moved down from Kentucky, and the city that you lived in Kentucky was, what was it now?
It was LaGrange, Kentucky.
And you moved to LaGrange, Georgia.
Yeah.
So you really, how was that transition for you?
It was good. I mean, I didn't have to change city names, so that was nice.
Okay, all right. Have you made friends here since you've been here?
Oh yeah, lots of friends.
Okay, very good. And you're playing Mr. Arball, I think it is.
Mr. Arable.
Arable, okay,
Yep.
in the play Charlotte's Web. We're going to talk a little bit about that in just a moment. I think most of us know or have read the book about Charlotte's Web. Give us a little bit of background. Give us just a little bit about it, if you don't mind.
Well, it's about this little pig named Wilbur, and he was a runt, and he was going to be sent away. And
he's going to become bacon?
My character's the one that's going to do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so this little girl named Fern, she saves him, and then they can't take care of him, so they bring him to the Zuckerman farm. And then there's a spider named Charlotte, and she saves him from being hurt or anything like that by writing words in her web to tell everyone that he's some pig and terrific and humble and all these things.
Very good. So you're the bad guy over here, Zach, I understand.
Yeah,
right?
that's kind of true.
Okay. Talk a little bit about that if you don't mind.
Well, in the beginning, I'm going to kill the pig, basically, is what's going to happen.
Okay.
And then, as later on, my character softens up to the pig and starts to care for it.
Oh, really? Okay. After you had bacon and eggs, then you soften up. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I guess I get it now. All right. Well, let me ask the question because I know that both you guys have been, Zach, 6 months, and Becca, you've been for years now, it seems like. And you have a pretty big role in this production. Tell us about your role, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, I'm the assistant stage manager, and my job is I take care of all the kids, all the little kids, and so it's a lot, but they're really cute, so it's okay.
The little kids, okay. So, and what grades are these kids, Becca?
I believe they're 1st through 3rd.
1st through 3rd. Have you had any difficulties with them just far?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Any problems? Anything that you would like to tell them now that you're on camera? Anything that you'd like to get them to do, perhaps?
Come on, Becca, call them out.
Yeah.
No, they're really great.
They're really great kids, I'm sure. And I know that you perhaps do a really wonderful job. Tell us, and I know we're going to have some other guests. Going to have Sophie come on, and also Fish is going to come on and talk a little bit more about the show. But tell us when the show is going to be taking place, if you, ladies and gentlemen, don't mind.
March 24th through the 26th.
Okay, March 20th, and it's going to be held down at the
The LSPA.
Okay, LSPA black box there. And I understand that Carol Kane is directing this show.
Yep.
And I think Carol needs no introduction. Carol has done a number of things here in our community, and we just love her and her storytelling and all the various other roles that she plays in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a short break, and I'm going to bring on Sophie, and I'm also going to bring on Fisher to talk a little bit more about the upcoming play, Charlotte's Web. But I'm going to thank both of you all. Zach, welcome to the City of LaGrange.
Thank you.
Okay. And Beck, it's always good to see you and to have you on the show as well, okay? All right. And we'll talk back with the others in just a moment, all right?
All right.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment. Welcome back, City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm being joined by other members of the cast of Charlotte Well. To my immediate left here, I have none other than Sophie McDowell, and to my far left, I have Fisher Broner. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Well, Sophie, this is a pleasure to sit down with you because it's been a while. I think the last time that you and I were together, we were doing a cooking show, and I think you might have been on one time since that time.
Yeah, I did an interview for 13,
That's
a musical.
Right. That's right. But let me ask you, are you still cooking?
Yes, I am.
I haven't gotten any treats in a while, Sophie.
I'll have to bring you something
Okay,
soon.
thank you very much. Thank you. All right. I know that you guys are excited about the upcoming play, Charlotte's Web, and I know that you have the main character in this. Talk a little bit about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm playing the role of Charlotte, and she's the spider that makes the words in the web to save Wilbur.
Okay.
It's been one of my favorite roles I've ever played. I love working with all the kids, and the character's so much fun.
Okay.
So I'm really excited.
Excited, I can tell. And you're going to have the opportunity to work with Fisher here, and I think, Fisher, this is your first time sitting down with Mari. Tell me a little bit about yourself if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm 15 years old.
Okay.
I currently attend West Georgia Technical College. I've been doing theater for 7 years.
Okay.
And it's like, theater is my life.
And I can tell. You're real shy, right, Homer? I mean, Fisher, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I am most certainly not shy.
Not shy, right? And I think you have a pretty interesting role in the play as well. And I accidentally slipped and just called you Homer, but that's your role in the play, Homer Zuckerman, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about your role.
My roles, I'm Homer Zuckerman. I own the farm that Wilbur has moved to.
Okay.
I own all of the farm animals and the barn that Charlotte spins her web in.
Okay.
I take Wilbur to the county fair, and we work things out from there at the fair, and he wins all sorts of prizes.
Okay.
And then
very good.
that's his story.
That's his story. And I think, you know, with your shyness, I'm going to have you kind of give us a little bit of rendition of your character in a moment, if you don't mind, okay?
Oh, Lord.
So just kind of think about that
Yeah.
for a second. And Sophie, let me hop over and ask you a couple of questions here, because Becca was on just a moment ago, Becca and Zach, and we talked about it's going to be taking place on March the 24th through the 26th. Tell us the times if you don't mind.
All right, we have a matinee on Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we have night shows on Friday and Saturday night at 7.
Okay, well, very good. And again, if you don't mind, tell us the ticket price, because I know people want to get out to see these characters in this play. So tell us the ticket price if you
It's
don't mind.
12 for students and 17 for adults.
Okay, very good. Homer, if you don't mind.
This should be fun, guys. Good morning. Come on down, see Charlotte's Web. That's all I got for you right now.
Well, thank you very much for that, Homer. Let me ask you guys, because I can tell you guys are going to have fun with this. I'm having fun right now. I mean, you want people to come out, but also there's a story behind all of this. Tell us a little bit about that storyline, if you don't mind.
I think that the story's so amazing because it talks about like the power of friendship and how, you know, whenever you think that, you know, your life is over, you know, a friend can come along and help you and make you feel better and even save you like Charlotte does to Wilbur.
Absolutely. What do you take from it, Fisher, if you don't mind?
Well, at least from my character's standpoint, my character is kind of disenchanted with Wilbur until Charlotte spins the web. So it's like, I guess your perspective can really change the outcome of events, because his perspective was Wilbur doesn't matter, and then all of a sudden that changed when a word was spun in a web, and then the whole rest of the show he's like on board for everything. So I guess your perspective matters.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's so important, and you know, I'm so impressed by the you know, the characters of you young people, and you know, the shyness of some of you guys over there. But you guys really, you know, you come together, you bond, you make friends. You say you've been doing it
7 years.
7 years. Okay. And you know, when we think about that, the arts really inspire us to be our very best. And I know that, you know, Becca, you and Sophie, you and Becca have been doing it for quite a while, and your mom and your dad support that. What would you say to other young people that might be thinking about getting into theater but were just kind of not sure? What would you say to them?
I mean, I think you should definitely give it a shot. I started when I was 9 years old, and I'd never done anything like that before, but I'm so glad I did.
Okay.
Like, it's been so great, and it's my only hobby, really, and I'm so glad.
Okay.
I've learned so much.
Well, very good. Fisher?
Give it a shot. You never know whether or not you're gonna like it unless you try it.
Absolutely.
Been doing it since I was 8 years old, and it's been the best thing I've done in my entire life, and it's been really fun from beginning to end, and go for it.
Go for it, absolutely. Well, I just get inspired by you young people all the time. I want to thank both of you for what you do, and also giving back to our community, because it's going to be I know it's going to be a fun play. I can already tell, Homer. And I know that Charlotte, you, Sophie, going to do a wonderful job. Becca, not to leave anybody, Zach, and the whole cast, and your mom, Carol Kane, whom we all know and love very much, you know, from storytelling to whatever. We just have such an amazing arts here in our community, and I thank you all for presenting that and to giving the public an opportunity to come out and to share in that. So thank you all very much for what you do.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment.